Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to paint a Primaris Lieutenant from the Space Marines. I already made a video doing an unboxing and assembling of this specific miniature, so in case that you're interested I'm going to leave the link in the description. This Space Marine is going to be a Black Templar, and to make things easier I'm going to prime this miniature with Chaos Black from Citadel. And after that I would like to apply Astro Granite technical paint to the base. Miniature primed, technical paint applied, and I added some battlefield rocks from the army painter because this lieutenant has already built in like a proper tactical rock, and having a little bit more of like small rocks around will make it feel more natural in the base. The first color that I'm going to use is going to be Dawnstone. This is a lighter gray, and basically I'm going to apply this color to all the areas that later I would like them to be white. Because of course it's going to be much easier to have a nice transition from black to white if we have some light gray in the middle. Now I will cover those gray areas with Wraithbone. As always, as many thin layers as necessary until we get a nice and smooth finished effect. And now that the glue of the rocks is dry, I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to apply Dawnstone Grey to the rocks and the base, and then I would like to dry brush a little bit of Wraithbone. The base is looking good. Now we have all the whites painted, and now we can start painting the metallic details of this miniature. For that I'm going to use lead belcher, and I would like to paint the symbol in the chest, this symbol here in the leg, the symbol in the forehead, the bionic arm, and also some parts of the pistol, and of course all the inside parts of the power armor plus some details around. To continue with the metallic elements, I'm going to apply Balthasar Gold to all the gold details, and as this is a lieutenant, I would like to apply a little bit more of gold than usual, and in this case, of course, this detail over here, this in the back as well, but I'm also going to apply it to this shoulder pad. To finish with the base colors, I would like to use corn red for the weapon, the eyes, and also this purity seal over here. And then more fun round for all the leather. Let's say the belt, the holder for the pistol, and this here as well. All the base colors are applied and now I can start with the shades. For that, I'm going to use Agrax Earth Shade for the gold details, for the browns, and also for the purity seals. And then I'm going to use Nuln Oil basically for the rest, for the metallic elements, for the weapon, and also I'm going to use it for the shoulder pads. I have to say that for me it is always amazing how good a miniature looks after applying some shades, because now it looks much better than earlier. And now I can finally start with the highlights of this lieutenant, and I'm going to start with the reds. To highlight all the reds in this miniature, I'm going to use Evil Sunz Scarlet. And to continue with the highlights, now it's the time of the black power armor, and for that, as usual, first I'm going to use Dark Reaper in every single edge of the power armor, and after that I would like to use Fenrisian Grey in the areas that are going to be the most exposed to the light. Let's finish with the highlights, and for that here I have a selection of colors. So first I would like to use Stormhost Silver for the areas that I applied Lead Belcher to. Then I'm going to use Retributor Armor for the golden details. And for the first time I'm going to highlight the brown, so I'm going to use Crack Brown. Thank you very much, Dan, for the recommendation. This is almost done, so now I'm going to use Corax Y to use the final highlight of the cloth here, and also I'm going to paint the inside of the plasma pistol, and I'm going to add a little bit of color to this small shield here. This lieutenant is almost finished, so now I'm going to use Thousand Suns Blue to paint the plasma pistol, and after that it's just some details. I will write some small letters here in the Purity Seal. After that I will paint a cross here in the shield, and the most interesting part, we have a shield here from a Chaos Space Marine in the base that of course we're going to paint as well. And this is it, this is the final result. This is my Black Templar Lieutenant. I have mentioned this before, but I know that Black Templar Lieutenants are called Castellans, but I'm going to keep calling this one Lieutenant because that's exactly what it says in the box where it comes from. So like that it's much easier to know which model is this one. And as I mentioned already like 100 times when I was doing the unboxing and assembling of this miniature, I really like the kit of this specific lieutenant because there's a lot of options, poses, and it looks super nice, and I really think that all Space Marines generic characters should look like this specific kit. In the end, this helmet here is supposed to be an Emperor's Children. I think it looks okay because there's like a huge contrast and you can really see that there's a helmet there, and I'm happy with that. It's like a nice small detail. And I also really like this specific power fist because there's a lot of details to it and it looks very interesting. It's like a proper power fist for a lieutenant, and I'm super happy about that. I would also like to mention that in the end I decided to do something that I haven't done before. I decided to give this lieutenant a golden shoulder pad but I think that it looks nice, and I'm going to start doing this with all my lieutenants. Because let's compare how these two Space Marines look. We have them and they look almost the same. The main difference is that this one has like this detail here in the back, and I gave this one a golden shoulder pad, so there's something else that makes them different, because if not because of that, this is just a regular Crusader and this is just another regular Crusader but in a bigger base and with some detail here. That's why I wanted the lieutenant to be clearly noticeable just by looking at it, and like this we have like one golden shoulder pad. Maybe it's not super visible because I have like this small shield in front, but still I decided to paint the cross in gold color because like this is also a little bit more noticeable, let's say. So anyway, I'm very happy with how this lieutenant looks like. Aside from that, I think that I desperately need to get better at painting plasma pistols. I mean, it doesn't look that bad when you look at it. It's a plasma pistol, but still, yes, it should be a better result, and I know that I can do better, so for sure in the future I will try to do them nicer. With all of that being said, I don't have much else to say about this Space Marine Lieutenant from the Black Templar chapter, so I hope that you enjoyed the painting process. And as always, I would like to remind you that I have my own Patreon, so of course if you like what I do and you would like to support my work, you are free to check the link in the description. And of course, if you are still here, please consider giving me a like and subscribing. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.